Hi, how are you? This is Brando, and in this occasion, I will talk to you about nouns that can be countable and also uncountable at the same time. Okay, you know that there are verbs that they can only be countable. Nouns that are other nouns that can be only countable, and all others that can be only uncountable. But there are some that can be both. Okay, of course they are not used in the same way. I'm here to tell you some of them and give you the examples. Okay, how to use them when they are countable and how to use them when they are uncountable. The first one is the word glass. An example would be windows are made of glass. In this way they are uncountable because you're talking about the material. But if you're talking about the object, a glass, you say I drank a glass of water, or Janet wears glasses when she reads. Okay, because you're talking about the object, you're not talking about the action. Glass, what you use when you want to improve, when you need to, when you have eye vision problems, or when you what you use to drink. Water, juice, etc. Okay. Number two is hair. Rita has brown hair. That's uncountable because you're talking about hair in general. Okay, I have black hair. But if you say there's a hair on my jacket, you're talking about only one hair, and it's on my jacket. Or when you say that there's a hair in my hamburger, for example, that's very disgusting. But when you say that, I hope that doesn't happen to you. When you say there's a hair in my hamburger, in my soap, you can say you use it as a countable noun. The next one is iron. Iron is a material. In that way, it's uncountable, just as glass. When you talk about materials, they are uncountable. And countable, you say I pressed my shirt with an iron, because you're talking about the object, the iron, the thing you use to when your clothes have wrinkles. Next one would be light. Okay, I opened the curtain to let in some light. That's light. What comes what the sun gives us. The sun gives us light. Okay, when it's daytime, there's light outside, and that's uncountable. And countable, you say please turn on the lights when you are referring to the lamps and everything. Okay. The next one is paper. I need some paper to write a letter. In this way, it's not countable because you're not being specific, so it's not countable. But when you say I wrote a paper for Professor Lee, you're talking about an assignment, and that's countable. Or about a paper like a newspaper. Okay, because in that way people refer to newspapers too. The next one is time. How much time do you need to finish your work? In that way, it's uncountable. But you can say, how many times have you been in Mexico? When you're talking about when you're talking about visits, for example, here you're talking about visits to a country. You say, how many times have you been in Mexico? Next one is work. I have some work to do tonight. And that painting is a work of art. You have to know the difference. And then the word coffee. I had some coffee after dinner, and 2 coffees, please. Chicken or fish, the way they're uncountable is I ate some chicken, I ate some fish. And countable, she drew a picture of a chicken, or she drew a picture of a fish. And lastly, we have experience. I haven't had much experience with computers. That means that I don't have much knowledge or skill in using computers. That's uncountable. But countable is I had many interesting experiences on my trip. That means that many interesting events happened to me on my trip. Okay, that's countable. I hope it was useful for you. These are not all the nouns. There are few other nouns that can be countable and uncountable. Okay, I'm just giving you some. Thank you very much for paying attention. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you the next time. Hola, soy Brando y en esta ocasión les voy a hablar sobre sustantivos que pueden ser contables y no contables. Hay un grupo si bien es verdad que hay un grupo de sustantivos que pueden ser contables y hay otros que solamente pueden ser contables y otros que solamente pueden ser no contables. Hay algunos que se pueden utilizar de las dos formas, pero obviamente de maneras diferentes, no en el mismo, de repente es el mismo contexto, pero la frase tiene que estar estructurada de otra forma. Voy a nombrarlas aquí para que vean cuáles son y las diferencias y las diferentes formas de utilizarse. Voy a comenzar con el sustantivo glass. ¿Okay? Windows are made of glass. Este es no contable y es no contable porque en este caso se está hablando del material. ¿Okay? Y luego está contable. I drank a glass of water. Janet wears glasses when she reads. En el primero estoy hablando de material y en el segundo estoy hablando de un objeto. Entonces los objetos son contables. El segundo sería hair. Rita has brown hair. Estoy hablando de todo el cabello en general, como por ejemplo yo puedo decir I have brown hair. Estoy hablando de todo el cabello. Y there is a hair on my jacket. Hay un cabello en mi chaqueta. Estoy hablando de uno solo. Iron is a metal. Esto es no contable. Estoy hablando del material. Y I pressed my shirt with an iron. Estoy hablando del objeto, la plancha. Luego está la palabra light. I opened the curtain to let in some light. Y eso es no contable. Y luego contable. Please turn off the lights. En este caso me estoy refiriendo al objeto. Sería lámpara, bombillo, etc. Paper. I need some paper to write a letter. Y I wrote a paper for Professor Lee. I bought a paper, que en este caso también sería newspaper, que sería una forma diferente de referirse a eso. El segundo es contable y el primero es no contable. Tiempo. El tiempo puede ser contable y no contable. La forma no contable sería how much time do you need to finish your work. Eso sería no contable. Y luego contable, how many times have you been in Mexico, que sería también las oportunidades que has tenido, cuántas oportunidades has tenido para ir a México, por ejemplo. Luego tengo la palabra work. I have some work to do tonight. Y luego, that painting is a work of art. La segunda es la forma contable. Luego, coffee. I had some coffee after dinner. No contable. Y luego, 2 coffees, please. La forma contable. Y luego están las palabras chicken y fish. I ate some chicken. I ate some fish. Esta es la forma no contable porque no estoy siendo específico, no estoy diciendo de cuántos pescados o cuántos pollos me comí. Y she drew a picture of a chicken and a fish. Aquí sí estoy siendo más específico, una foto, un pescado, un pollo. Y por último está la palabra experience, que puede ser también contable y no contable. La forma no contable sería I haven't had much experience with computers. En este caso se quiere referir a que I don't have much knowledge or skill in using computers. ¿Okay? Y la forma contable sería I had many interesting experiences on my trip. And many interesting events happened to me on my trip. ¿Okay? Aquí se puede ver la diferencia. El primero sería no contable y el segundo contable. Espero les haya sido muy útil. Estos fueron sustantivos que pueden ser contables y no contables. Muchas gracias y nos vemos en la próxima.